SB Nation BlogCamden ChatThe Opponent. In one sentence, the Orioles have been one of the worst teams in baseball for a few years now, and they appear to be the very worst on paper yet again heading into the 2020 season. Record0-0Head-to-Head Record0-0TrendN, APitching Matchups7 24ths, Nathan Eovaldi vs. Tommy Milone, 7:30 p.m. ETThE Red Sox rotation is, frankly, a dumpster fire, but there is some legitimate reason for cautious optimism around Eovaldi. We've seen him be good before, of course, in 2018, and that wasn't just limited to the postseason either. He made legitimate changes that year, including the reimplementation of his cutter that made him a very solid starting pitcher. Last season was a major step back, but he is healthy right now and was outstanding both in March and this month in camp. I think it's fair to deduce that a strong start is important for Eovaldi to get things going this year, and what better way to get off to a strong start and build that confidence than facing off against the Orioles? The Orioles lost their expected opening day starter to an arm injury, and so journeyman Tommy Milone is stepping in to make his first career opening day start. Early in the last decade it looked like the southpaw could be a solid starter for a long time, but things took a downward turn in the middle of the decade and he's spent the last few years bouncing around the league, bouncing between the rotation and bullpen, and bouncing between the minors and majors. Last season he threw 111 2/3 innings for the Mariners in a swingman role, pitching to a 4.76 ERA with a 5.00 FIP. He's not going to put many batters on for free, but in recent years all those strikes have resulted in a lot of hard contact. Milone is mostly a fastball changeup pitcher, but he'll mix in a few sliders here and there as well. Photo by Billie Weiss. Boston Red Sox, Getty Images7 25ths, Martín Pérez vs. Alex Cobb, 1:35 p.m. ETThings get ugly quickly after Eovaldi, and Pérez is the hope for the guy who will step up and be at least a league average arm. He was the lone major league free agent brought in to help this group, and he has frankly just not been good in his career. A former top prospect, he's never been able to put it all together and has been below average pretty much every year of his career. In fact, by DRA-based WAR he's been below replacement level for the better part of the last half-decade. That being said, there is a modicum of hope for a surprise season this year. Pérez added a cutter to the mix last year and that led to a ton of soft contact. Minnesota's defense didn't help him out last year and so the results were still poor, but the hope is that he can get more help this year. My only issue is that he still walks too many batters and doesn't strike enough out. That just leaves yourself open to bad luck, and bad luck with runners on base. Cobb was a relatively big signing for the Orioles prior to the 2018 season, but in the first 2 years it has been a disaster.